Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Moving on our to the next page, but before that, in the previous page, verse number 103, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Thumma ba'athna min ba'dihim Musa bi ayatina ila fir'auna wa mala'ihi. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Thumma means after some time. Thumma. Some of the Arabic phrases, Quranic Arabic phrases, I want you to pick up. Thumma means after some time. Okay? Thumma. Ba'athna min ba'dihim. We sent. Ba'athna min ba'dihim. After them, after their time. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the previous verses talks about how the nations were destroyed when the messengers were sent to them, and these people kept on denying those messengers and their messages. Eventually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed those nations. After some time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept on sending messengers. This time it is Musa to Firaun with ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bi ayatina. What were the two ayats or the miracles which was given to Musa alayhi salam? We all know that. Okay? Staff and the hand. Now, but Allah says, فَظَلَمُوا. They also made zulm of these prophets. Here, Musa alayhi salam, they refused or declined their message. Then Allah says, فَانظُرْ. Look at كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Look how the end, aqiba means end result of mufsidin. Fasad means what? Corruption or corrupt. Fasad. Allah says, look how the ending of those people were corrupt in the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to what? How the Firaun got his end result. We know what was the end result of Firaun. He was drowned in the sea, he and his armies, while the same sea rescued Musa and his companions. Now, Musa says to the Firaun in the palace now, وَقَالَ Musa said, Ya Fir'aun, O Fir'aun, inni rasulum min Rabbil Alameen. Indeed, I am the Rasul from the Rabb of the Alameen, from the Master or the Lord of all the worlds, all that is existing, its Master is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am the Rasul from him. Then in the next page, verse number 105, he says, Aqiqun ala an la aqula ala Allahi illa al-haq. It is haq upon me that I should not say anything. I should not say anything about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala except the haq, except the truth. I cannot falsify anything about my Rabb or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a haq upon me. I cannot do that. It's haq. So, قَدْ جِئْتُكُمْ بِبَيِّنَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. So, I have indeed come to you with the proof. Again, what is the proof of his messengership? Is undeniable two miracles. One is the staff or the stick turning into a snake. And that is the miracle which is going to happen in this page. And that is how, not the Firaun, but the Firaun's magicians recognizing the truth and becoming Muslims. Okay? So he said, so he said, فَأَرْسِلْ مَعِيَ Bani Israel. So send this Bani Israel people whom you are torturing as your slaves. Do all these things and killing the baby boys and persecuting them, punishing them and making use of them and all that. He said, Bani Israel, you send them with me. Okay? But they refused. They showed their arrogance, Firaun and his ministers and all that. As a result, they tried to challenge Musa alayhi salam and his these miracles by bringing their own elite magicians, group of magicians. They came and they set a date and all that, and they had a competition or showing off their magic, and Musa alayhi salam showing his miracles. They went first. Then Musa alayhi salam went second. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the 117 verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى أَنْ أَلْقِيَ أَسَاقَ. We inspired. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding Musa alayhi salam along this way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired him saying that, أَنْ أَلْقِيَ أَسَاقَ. So you throw. They have thrown their magic stuff and made an illusion out of nothing and deceived the people that there is actually snakes moving around the floor and all that. Now, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Musa, okay, now it is your turn. You throw the stuff. فَإِذَا يَتَلْقَفُ مَا يَقِفُونَ. Then that swallowed, this Musa alayhi salam staff became a snake and a big one, and it swallowed all those things which people were assuming that it was snakes. Who realized the truth now? Magicians realized the truth now. Why they did realize it? Because they were the one who knew that whatever the people seeing as their illusions of snake, there was no snake, there was nothing there. So the magicians clearly saw this Musa alayhi salam stuff becoming a real snake, and they immediately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the truth, فَوَقَعَ الْحَقُّ وَبَطَلَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. The truth was confirmed, and all the arrangements they, organized, it became waste. Then they were defeated then and there. وَغُلِبُوا أُنَالِكَ وَانْقَلَبُوا صَاغِرِينَ. So they were defeated there and then and were returned disgraced. As a result, what happened? That is an attitude, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. These magicians, before this, they were magicians, they were against Musa alayhi salam, they were plotting, they had all the evil plots and things like that. As soon as they saw the haqq, أُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ سَاجِدِينَ, they fell onto the floor, they fell down. وَأُلْقِيَ السَّحَرَةُ, the magicians, the sorcerers, they fell down, sajidin, in prostration. That is an attitude. People can have a covering in their heart where they cannot see the truth initially. But when they are really shaken, and in this situation it was Musa alayhi salam's staff turning into a snake, a real snake, they realized that, okay, this is the haqq now, because this is not magic. And as soon as they realized it, they got defeated, and that defeat didn't ignite their arrogance. It ignited their weakness, innocence. As a result, they became humble. As a result of humility, they became Muslims. They submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who sent Musa alayhi salam with this miracle, they realized that this is our Rabb now, and they sajideen, they prostrated. And that should be our attitude. It's okay to have no knowledge, or it's okay to, if you have done some mistakes and things like that out of ignorance, no problem. Once you realized that we are accountable, Allah is watching us, and at that time you need to change. From that time, if you continue to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with arrogance, that's gone. You can't have that attitude. So that's the message from this page. I hope this series are being useful. I'm sorry for taking time. This is now 8 minutes 15 seconds. Sometimes in that flow I cannot concise it. I hope that you guys are listening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in our time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in your rest of your 24 hours, just for the fact that you're spending this 8 to 9 minutes to listen to the verses from the Quran, words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it beneficial for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those people who are constantly humble in front of Him, towards Him. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us die as Muslims, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala resurrect us among those people who are pious and righteous. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum.